Okay. Hello learners, welcome to Pathshala. So as we were continuing with our Python series, with this we are here with the new session which is on the standard data types. So in this session we would be discussing the different Python data types. So before moving to the explanation of various data types, first we should know what is data type. Okay, 1 second. So this data type, as you know that memory is divided into some blocks and each and every block contains some data. So that data is not fixed, the type of that data is not fixed. It could be numbers, okay, it could be numbers, it could be alphabets and so on. So with this purpose we would discuss the Python data types one by one. So okay, Python has 5 standard data types. So these are numbers, string, list, tuple, dictionary. So one by one, first data type which we would be discussing, it is Python numbers. So this Python numbers basically deal with the numeric data type. Okay, so it deals with the numeric data types. Further, this numeric data type is divided into 4 categories, which is int, bool, float and complex. So we would see these sub data types one by one. So for that I am just opening my Python shell where we would be working on that. Okay, so first sub data type is integer. So how to deal with this? Suppose this is a variable name num equals to 67. So if I want to check the data type of this variable, so I would use the function type, then the variable name which is num, okay, and then the enter. So with this, the integer data type of the above variable has been represented. So now to check with bool. Okay, before going to bool we would discuss the float data type. So for that, again, suppose if I am using a variable f equals to 77.89. so again want to check its data type, we can use the type function type, it's f. So just press enter. So here the type has been there, which is the float. So next we can go with the complex data type. See, complex data type is similar to the complex numbers which we deals in mathematics. Okay, in complex number we have a combination of numbers plus or minus the imaginary numbers. So we can do this with, suppose we have any variable, then 6 plus 9j, okay, then again we have to check its type h, and then enter. So it's in complex. One more thing, always remember this value, this first value and this second value, there should be some there is a specified rule for it, that my first value should be smaller than the second value. Suppose if I just reversed it like this, h equals to 9 plus 6j, okay, so we would check type h complex, okay. Next is the next data type is bool. This bool data type is basically a boolean data type. Boolean data type works on only 2 values, which is true and false. Okay, so how to check it? Always remember the Boolean data type would work on some condition where we have some choices. Suppose if I want to check bool equals to, there we have, suppose we are taking the above variables only. If I want to compare above variables, one is f. If I want to check that f is greater than num. Okay, so now if I want to check what the value would be there, either it would be true or false, I would just type the bool, then enter, so it would show the true. Okay, so now next data type is, which we would discuss, is Python lists. Okay, so basically this Python list is similar to the arrays, in the C. See what happened in the arrays. Suppose this is an array, so this array have some blocks. So always remember this array is, the elements in these arrays are referenced by some index. So it would start with, the index would start with 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, so likewise only we would deal with the list. So for that we would try it out in the Python. Okay, so suppose if I want to create a list, lst, always remember the elements of the list would come in the square brackets. Okay, square brackets. Then always remember the values could be numbers, string, or a combination of both. So I'm just taking the combination. This is A, B, C, D, or it could be float also. It's not necessary. Like basically list could be a combination of different data types, or it could be a combination of a single data type also. So here I am taking the combination of different data types. 56.8, then John. Okay, square bracket. So I want to check the type of it. Type LST. Okay, so it has displayed the list data type. Now we would have some more basic functions which we can apply on this list data type. Suppose if I want to print LST 0. Okay, so here 0 is the index of the list. So index 0 means, first we would check out its answer. The answer is ABCD. So this 0 index represents the first element. Again, if I want to type the next index, suppose if I am going with the index LST 2. So what should be the value of it? It should be 56.8. Okay. Suppose if I want to apply some other function, print LST into 2. So what it would do? Okay, so if you can see the result which we are getting, it's a combination of list 2 times. Basically here the list, that list has been displayed 2 times. Okay, so next is next data type. First we would see what is the next data type. So our next data type is tuples. So tuple is similar to list only. It also contains some values, but the difference is in their enclosure method. Okay, so the values of the tuples are enclosed within the parenthesis. So we would check out it. So just go with the Python shell. Okay, so for tuples, suppose TP equals to, so it would be parenthesis. Again, it can be combination of different data types also. Okay, so just check out the type of it. Type TP. Okay, and thus check out. So its data type is tuple. So now next data type which we would be discussing in this is the Python strings. Okay, basically strings in Python are identified as a contiguous set of characters. Okay. Basically, suppose if I am just saying A, so what it is? It is a character. Okay, this is a character. Suppose if I am saying A, B, so this is a string. Okay, we can say that string is a combination of multiple characters. So we would check it out in Python how to apply this. Okay, so first if we would go with string, this is str equals to, it's your choice, you can write this string either in single quotes or double quotes. I am just using single quotes. Hello. Okay, then we would check the type of this. Str. Okay, so it's showing me the str. Str is a string data type only. Okay, so now this was the string data type. Now we would check out the next data type which is a part of Python. It is the Python dictionary. Okay, so Python dictionary is a kind of hash table. Basically, in this Python dictionary, we would have both key, we would have key value pairs. Okay, key value pairs. Okay, or we can say that the simple example, if we talk about your index in the notebooks, so what is the advantage of using index? That we can directly go to that particular position with the help of the index. So in Python we would see how to deal with this Python dictionary. Okay, suppose if I am writing D equals to, always remember it would start with the curly braces. I'm using any name. Okay, then Samsung. Okay, then the next then the value. So basically it's representing the key value pair. Okay, Smith is using iPhone. So this is how we are writing the dictionary data type. Now suppose if I want to check out with the keys and the values of this dictionary, I can go with that D dot, first for keys we want to check what are the keys, D dot keys. Okay, so if you can see, it's showing the first here, the first character is the keys. Now if I want to check out for values, D dot values, then this brackets and enter. Okay, so these are values. So with this we have discussed the different data type, and we would hope so you understand this thing. So thank you.